1, 2, 3, clap. We've got cheese bags to rely on for content. Yeah. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, reminiscing about terrible public service announcements from Scotland about body parts on train tracks. That is Brogan Hastings.
And over there in Australia, talking about public service adverts that freaked him out, is Wayne Giovinazzi.
Hey, no, they didn't freak me out. They still do freak me out.
So they did freak you out, because they still do. Okay. Technically, I'm right. Semantics.
In the past tense. No, hang on. You're saying in the past tense. So, in the past. Well, you know what physicists are saying about time?
I don't believe in physics.
I know. We know that you don't believe in physics. You're right. I don't know how this episode's going to turn out either. Maybe we should go back to one a week.
No, I think it's just the time of... I don't know. I think it's just a weird time. Give it a couple of weeks and we'll be back to fully functioning.
I know what it is. It's maybe you don't realize it yet, but you actually identify as a turtle and it's time to bury you. That
would be a mercy at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's just for hibernation's sake, obviously.
Yeah. I think there's just a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
And you know
how I can tell? You know how I can tell that there's a lot of stuff going on?
How can you
tell?
Is
because that you're still looking at your phone, I assume, at Danny Davis and Teller images. Just for comfort's sake.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll look at the boy.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all.
They're so pretty. I framed pictures of Taylor. I need some of Danny Davis.
Oh, so you're going to get some good Danny Davis prints, are you?
I feel like I should. I feel like I need to find them. And then I need to find out how we get it signed, because I've got the best picture of Taylor signed. But...
What is the best picture of Taylor?
The best picture of Taylor is...
Rather than... Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I was there when he signed it, wasn't I? Or was I not? I can't remember.
You were not there.
Okay, whatever.
I got it signed in London.
Oh, wow. I did take it
to Vegas. But...
Yeah, that's when I saw it was in Vegas. But
yeah, you've seen it in Vegas. Yeah. But I took it to London and I got him to sign it there. And Penn signed because Penn almost signed it, and I was like, "You can sign it if you want, Penn, but it's just telling you, oh, fuck off."
Get that shit out of my face.
It's like you can sign the comic.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Talking about your man crushes, a famous man crush for a lot of people is Nathan Fillion, right?
I have mixed feelings about Nathan Fillion. I've said that before, but I don't.
I know. Yeah. Yep. Someone I know was talking about Nathan Fillion and watching old Nathan Fillion TV series, like not as old as Firefly, but we're talking Castle, okay?
Yeah.
And they keep referring to them as saggy Nathan Fillion. It's like, what happened to my beautiful boy Nathan Fillion? Like, has Nathan Fillion never heard of sunscreen? I think that's a bit harsh,
honestly.
Honestly.
Little bit harsh.
It is.
I didn't like Castle. I never got into Castle. I mean, I think I watched a part of an episode and I'm like, this is already annoying.
I watched every single episode of Castle.
Did you?
It was okay. Yeah, it was fine. It was like a police procedural kind of comedy show. It was
essentially
great.
Bones, but not about bones.
Yep, so it shouldn't be. I mean, if you're making a TV show, it should be somewhat original. It shouldn't be based on a pre-existing show, and like it shouldn't be called the same thing. It shouldn't have the same plot and same characters. So that's probably why Castle was different to Bones.
I felt like you were going to go. I felt like you were dragging something I loved there, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like you were.
No, not at all.
That's all right then.
No. You'll know when I'm dragging something you love, because you will have just woken up from a blind rage of beating me to death.
That's exactly. It's like bold of you to assume you would ever get that far.
Yeah, exactly. When I said dragging something you love, I was not picturing dragging Teller's dead body in a sack through the Mojave Desert.
Your fucking mouth right
I said
now.
Wasn't. I said wasn't.
Don't even say those words into existence. You fucking heathen.
You know what now will happen is if anything does happen to Teller,
I'm blaming you.
This will be investigated.
I'm blaming
this
you.
Will be investigated. I will be a person of interest.
I'm getting on a plane and beating you to death.
But excuse me, I'm not gonna be anywhere near the Mojave Desert. Mojave Desert.
I don't care. This is when, you know how they say the secret doesn't exist except for car parking spaces? It would exist for this. And then, I would come and beat.
You're the one that's going there. I'm saying if I was dragging Teller. I didn't say anything else about him.
I am going there to protect him.
Do it. You should.
I will.
You should.
I will.
Yeah, you know where he lives.
I'll protect my precious boy.
Yeah. We know where he lives. In a good way. Not a creepy stalker way whatsoever. This isn't looking good now for me if something does happen.
I know people who know where Teller lives, and I know where Penn lives, but that's because I sent stuff to Mox.
Yeah. But I think but basically that's where I'm going with this is I think it's unfair to be like, you can't say that you've got a crush on Nathan Fillion if you're going to bag him out. It's like if you were bagging out Danny Davis or Teller. It's not going to happen.
It's really not. I mean,
yeah,
there are some unflattering pictures of them. Absolutely.
Sure, that's literally everyone in the world.
Exactly. I mean, there are different stages of it, and like Danny Davis' early years on Broadway. Even then, he's older than I am now in the show In Fashion. Right?
I was going to say, yes, he is older than you are now. Okay. We know that for fact. I know what you're saying now. Yeah.
There's a show that he was in on Broadway called In Fashion. There's a video recording of it, and when the age he was in that show, he's in his 30s, but he's in his mid to late 30s, I believe. But he looks like a baby. He looks like a baby. And very, very, very baby-faced. And I'm like, very cute. But that's it. It's just cute. And then I see him later on, especially with the longer white hair and the beard, like, oh, hi. Yeah. All
right. So you're the opposite way then.
See, him as Moriarty. Oh my god.
I mean, like, you're still not... Don't do that. I'm going to pretend that you were just tasting that cherry energy drink off your teeth.
It's literally...
Yeah,
it's like,
that's all it was.
Like the fumes of the drink are on my skin.
I feel like it's... All right, first things first. You haven't watched Goosebumps, but I feel like not Goosebumps, the other thing I watched, Five Nights at Freddy's, right? The main character, if he was younger, Pedro Pascal. Should have been Pedro Pascal, right?
Are you talking about a lot more. Who Matthew Lillard plays?
No, I'm not.
No.
Matthew Lillard's old. Matthew Lillard played an old guy. Matthew Lillard isn't the main character.
Oh, no. I see what you mean. If Pedro Pascal was younger.
Yeah, today Pedro Pascal was younger.
In my head, it was if the character was younger. So that's why I was like,
no.
Matthew Lillard?
No. But then I'm like, it's like saying, but he would have to shave that moustache, that dirty moustache. You wouldn't catch me saying that.
No.
Yeah.
He looks good with or without the moustache.
Exactly. See? It's like, I feel like, what I'm saying is, you should accept, if people have a crush on Nathan Fillion, they should accept him, saggy Nathan Fillion and all.
Yeah, all stages of Nathan Fillion. And actually, speaking of the moustache thing, I've always wondered, there is not a picture that I have seen that has Teller with facial hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody would know, it's probably me. But there is a video where Penn and Teller do Blockhead on Conan.
Mm-hmm.
And Teller has stubble, and it's very cute.
I'm sure I've seen it.
It's one of my absolute favourite versions of the bit because they're promoting bullshit. And Conan keeps going, you can't say that here. And Penn's like, I can't say the name of the other network.
Yeah.
And then Taylor just being like, honey, Taylor wants us to hurry up. I'm like, oh. But yeah, he's very stubbly in that, and I'm like, oh, hello.
I see. I was still trying to defend Nathan Fillion. It's like, okay, maybe he hasn't been using sunscreen because the boy grew up in Canada. You know, all this snow everywhere. There's a lot of clouds going on. Maybe he doesn't have to use sunscreen in Canada. And now that he's been in America for so long, he's like just followed that trend of not using sunscreen. Maybe that's what it is.
I come from Scotland, and even I know you use sunscreen when you get to America.
Yeah.
So he has no excuse.
Okay. All right. It's not. No. Okay. Right. Fine. Justin Long then. All right. Justin Long is the anti Nathan Fillion in this case.
Okay.
Because that man. I mean, I wanted to call him a boy because he still looks young as fuck.
Yeah.
He's like 45 years old. He does not look 45 years old, in my opinion.
Let's see. In my head, he's still the boy from Dodgeball.
Justin Long is still the kid from Jeepers Creepers.
I don't think I've ever seen Jeepers Creepers.
Justin Long is still a Mac.
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Oh,
he was in Drag Me to Hell. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
I went to see Drag Me to Hell in the cinema.
He's in Goosebumps, right? The new series of Goosebumps, which actually really good. Unlike, you got the classic 90s TV show made for kids, really. Whereas like every episode is its own thing. And then I think they tried to reboot it, and it was the same sort of thing. Every episode is like one of the books. This is different. This is a series.
I kind of thought that because I've seen it on Disney Plus. It is sitting on my to watch list, but I want to binge it. I want to have like a set period of time where I just sit and watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
now that I think it's all of season 1 is out now.
Yeah, I was. I did notice that it did seem to be the same, like from the stills that it has for each episode. I was like, that's the same people.
Yeah, because it's not an anthology, basically. No. It's but the thing is, what they do is each episode is like a story, is like what has elements from a book.
Well, I know that because is the first episode not Say Cheese and Die?
Yes, that's right.
I remembered the cover of that book, and I know that the second episode was the first episode of the original series.
The Cuckoo Clock of...
No, that's
the third
Mask.
Episode. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Haunted Mask.
That's because that scared the shit out of me. Genuinely.
The book or the original series?
The original episode. Like, oh my god. The thought of just not being able to take the mask off just...
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that... It wasn't how the mask looked. It wasn't anything visual. It was just the thought of being stuck.
Yeah, okay. So like almost a claustrophobic thought of having the mask attached to your face. I'm not saying it is claustrophobic. I'm saying...
But that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know how to explain it because it's like say it's not claustrophobic, but it's that kind of vibe.
I picture it along the same lines of claustrophobia or having a dream where you're trying to run and your legs won't move.
Yeah,
something that shouldn't
stuck.
Be that is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's all. That's what they're all like, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I didn't read any of the Goosebump books. I only read the Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebump books.
Oh,
Did
really?
you read? Yeah. Did you ever wake up a Christmas morning, unwrap a big group of books as a gift for you, hold them up to the camera and go, "Oh my god, Goosebumps"? Was that you?
I forgot that was what that meme was about.
Yeah.
I didn't get any for Christmas, but I know that when I was in primary school.
It's just an example.
I know, but I'm what?
You have to clarify that it was not for Christmas.
I did not own any Goosebumps books as a kid. That's what I'm meaning. But gotcha. I know that when I was in primary 7, our teacher at the time read us Goosebumps books, and
oh wow,
it was like I remember it because it was one that was about camp, and the twist was at the end.
Yes,
turns out they're aliens. Yeah. And they're coming to Earth. Yeah.
I remember that from the original Goosebumps TV series. I remember that. That's the only reason why I know that episode. I can picture it in my head, which is weird because you know about me and being able to picture shit in my head.
Yeah.
I can picture still frames from that episode.
Yeah. So there was that, and she was giving out Goosebumps books as prizes for some project we had to do. But yeah, so I was kind of fascinated with it, but I didn't own the books. I did have point horror books, which are like older Goosebumps. Yeah. But they were...
But still R.L. Stine, but like a older readers? Is that what you're saying? Is it...
No, I don't think
because I think there was an
Stine.
older series by R.L. Stine as well.
Point horror, I believe, was like several different authors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was more like a brand, really.
Yeah.
And R.L. Stine did write some of them. But my cousin had a lot of those books, and they were like, I believe they were published... It was launched 1991, so whenever...
Yeah.
So maybe around the same time as Goosebumps, actually.
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah, 92, 97, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was designed for older readers. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of that middle Goosebumps series. I don't even think I watched more than a single episode of that. It was not good.
Wasn't even aware that it existed.
Maybe I'm confusing myself. I don't know. I think they tried to reboot it. I don't remember.
Goosebumps series 2000?
Nah, don't recall.
I don't know.
It's irrelevant anyway, because we can't really talk about much of Goosebumps because you haven't seen it, which is unfortunate.
I know.
And we can't really talk much about Five Nights at Freddy's because you haven't seen it. So I can only talk about, like,
Is Five Nights at Freddy available for streaming?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, cool.
On Peacock, I believe it is.
I will have to find a way to watch it.
Yar, you sure do.
Yep.
But no, another reason why I feel... Look, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, legitimately a good movie.
I fully expected it to be. It's, the plot of the games, again, I've never actually played the games myself because I can't... I really, really struggle with first-person games. There's very, very few series I can actually deal with it. But I like the lore. I'm fascinated by the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, so I always thought a movie would be good. And getting Matthew Lillard, A+ casting.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, even the main character, Mike is the main character. What's his name? Something Hutchison. I can't remember his name. But no, good job as well. But it makes me think, based on of what Pedro's done recently, like with The Last of Us. I don't know.
Josh What?
Yeah.
How did I not
Josh
know
Hutcherson.
this?
Who's he? What's he from?
Oh, Josh.
But basically,
Josh Hutcherson has been in loads of stuff from the time he was like.
Yeah, I went through his IMDb and it's like, I don't know if I recognize anything.
He was the Hunger Games kid. He was Peter in
Oh,
Hunger
yes.
Games.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
I mostly remember his voice because he was in Howl's Moving Castle.
Ah, yep.
But Josh Hutcherson was the Hunger Games boy.
Yeah.
That's how I remember.
Hunger Games, he was the hungry boy.
He was the hungry boy.
But yeah, I was like watching it like based on like The Last of Us with Pedro as Joel. It's a similar sort of vibe, I guess, and that's what made me think it'd be cool if it was Pedro Pascal. I guess I don't know, but it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
We should. I mean, it is a little known fact that there is. It's uncredited, of course, but Steve Zahn plays.
Can I just say, I am honestly hating this bit.
Oh,
really? I genuinely, I'm really hating this bit.
Okay, so you're saying we go back to If It Applied?
Yeah.
We're going back to If It Applied?
Yeah,
okay.
It really...
Look, if the Steve Zahn Moody Octopus scale applied, we'll wait till you've watched it and then we'll review it.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what's the point anymore? I don't see the point at all.
I don't know why, it just really, really bugs me.
I don't
I was
see.
fine with
you
it
know
for
what?
the first episode, and then you can't do it. I was like, oh no.
I can't do it every episode. It's the flavor of the month. That's all it is. Surely I'd get bored of it eventually, Brogan thinks. Well, maybe not.
I mean, considering we're not the kind of people that we are, we're not the kind of people that really get bored with things. I mean, how long have I been talking about The Nanny, and how long did you talk about Pikmin last episode?
Looking back at the when I edited it, it was like 5 minutes. And it was me riffing because we were not talking about anything in particular, and we still had 10 minutes of air to fill.
I was listening to it in the car, and I was like, "Oh wow, you talked about Pikmin forever."
It was like 5 minutes, and it wasn't actually talking about Pikmin. It was just bullshitting. If anything, it was talking about my fucking video game streams.
I know, but it was funny. I was just like I said at the same time. I said in real life at the same time as me on the podcast, like, "Oh, you're still talking about Pikmin."
Yeah. And then you went in to talk about your Pokemon having eggs and babies talk as well.
Because Chris
and that's when I
asked.
understood. Yeah, I know, but that's when I understood, because you were talking about that for a long time. I was like, oh, that's what it's like when you're listening to me talk about the Pikmin. But the difference is, mine was all fantasy. Yours is, like, Pokemon lore.
Yeah, it's... Pokemon lore is weird, man.
Yeah.
I've been playing Pokemon Go, so for any of the cheese bags that play Pokemon Go, tip me up on the Twitters or the Instagrams, and I will add you as a friend.
I believe it's pronounced Pokemongo. Mongo. Pokemongo.
You just triggered something in my brain that there was a cryptocurrency that was like Pokecoin or something, and it took me ages to...
God.
And somebody pronounced it weird, and I'm like, what? And then I looked it up and went, oh, that!
I still see advertisements for, like, new cryptos. It's like, dude, the fuck? It's over.
People still use cryptocurrency, and you're like, what the fuck?
Look, Bitcoin, sure, but, like, people starting a new crypto, it's like, yeah, this isn't a scam.
People starting a new crypto, no. Ethereum is still hugely valuable, like ridiculously so. But like one Ethereum's 500 quid, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll still buy into Pifcoin when it launches. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I say
probably not going to though.
Like I would, but no, I don't think I would. No. I really don't think I would.
No. I don't think I'd buy Bitcoin or anything ever either. It's like,
As someone who works in anti-money laundering and has to verify that shit if you need to use it for anything, not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Well, depends. Depends if you're
it's a pain
buying and selling drugs.
If to get any kind of value amount,
the
amount of time and documentation and stuff that you need to fully verify it, it's a pain in the fucking arse.
But that's so Crypto Bro wants to sell his house and needs to have his shit looked at you. So he sells his house privately instead.
I think you mean buy, because if he sells his house, I don't give a shit.
Whatever. Either or.
I mean, he can do that, but I mean, that's on him. I mean, there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't sell privately. I don't know.
No.
I mean, are people willing to take? Are individual people willing to take the risk with that kind of thing? Because that's why it goes through a solicitor.
Okay, so the person selling wants it to go through the solicitor to protect them.
Both sides,
in case the funds they receive can possibly be seized by law enforcement. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's starting to make sense now.
Yeah, it's more like
it's taken 108 episodes, and I'm starting to understand why lawyers are involved in real estate.
Yeah, it's the safety factor, because we have to verify our clients, we have to verify the source of funds to make sure that it's all legitimate, to make sure that people aren't dealing with criminals.
Yes. So, I mean, I still do dabble in digital currency, though, because on my stream yesterday, I was like, I got nothing else to do. I need to draw a title card for episode 107. Mm-hmm. So I streamed drawing it, right? Mm-hmm. Random person came into the stream, never talked to them before. They asked me some questions about, like, what we're doing. No, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was the stream before. They asked some random... Yeah, that's what it was. They asked me, like, hypotheticals. Mm-hmm. Like, would you rather fight... No, do you think 16-year-olds with metal baseball bats could kill a silverback gorilla? Things like that.
Okay.
And, and I humoured them eventually. And they gave me bits. They gave me digital currency.
Oh, wow.
2 lots of 10 bits, which is what? 2 cents or something like that? I don't know. It's not much.
Better than nothing.
But that's digital currency still.
That's like, what, so 1/25th of a feet pick?
Yeah. Yeah. And I had the camera on, but the camera was not on my feet.
Just a little bit of toenail. Just for you.
Just a tad, just a touch. Just the nail. Yeah. But someone did point out to me that I'm doing a service on Twitch now. And I only did it because I thought it was cool and a little bit funny. But I've added real-time captions, subtitles to my streams. And they're like, you should really like have the def or caption hashtag on your streams. Like, you know what? I probably should.
That's a good point, yeah.
Why not? But then I'm like, the only reason I'm doing it is because I find certain things funny and using it as a joke, right? Like, for example, playing Metal Gear Solid 2. It would recognize when I said Solidus, which is a character, Solidus Snake. But there's a feature, because it's doing it real time through Google whatever, you can say, basically it's doing voice to text, and that's all it's doing. And then it's transcribing it directly for you. You can have it replace words. So instead of Solidus, I was having it say solid ass, because I thought that was funny.
Okay.
Right? And then, are you familiar with, obviously you're familiar with extensions, browser extensions, yeah? Like AdBlock, for example, is an extension for Chrome and Firefox. You can also get one that's called Cloud to Butt, where anytime the word cloud is on your screen, it is transmogrified to the word butt. This is when everyone was advertising, store your shit on the cloud.
I've seen stuff like this, yeah. There's lots of variants.
So now, anytime I say cloud, it will say butt instead. So I think if I like preface it and acknowledge it that it's happening, then I feel like I could rightfully say that it is user accessibility.
Yeah.
The reason for the captions. I wouldn't feel bad
disclaimer
hashtagging it.
in the description.
Yeah. But still, it doesn't pick up a lot of things in my accent.
Yeah.
Like Colonel, right? Colonel Mustard in the library.
Yeah.
It only picks that up as a corn kernel. And so I had to transmogrify that into, like, when
Colonel.
Snake is talking to Colonel. Colonel, yeah. Colonel Sanders. That's a well-known fox on a gym. So it's interesting, it's fun, but it makes a lot of mistakes. So maybe I don't need to reference that I've changed things. I don't know. People are appreciating it so far, and it's not annoying to other people as well. Yeah. And it means other people don't, like Gammy was watching and he had to be in a meeting, so he just turned down the volume and he could still sort of understand what I was talking about.
Yeah, that as someone who, if I get a chance to go on stream, you're usually streaming when I'm at work or something, and if I have to go on a work call, I lurk. So quite often I have to sit there with the sound off. So as someone in that position, I think I appreciate that.
It's in my own font and stuff like that as well, so
that's cool.
It works. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Can't wait to spend my 20 bits worth of whatever it is. I wonder if it should be like Patreon. When people give you bits, you should just be able to give them to someone else. I don't know if that's the case or not. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know enough about Twitch to say either way.
Yeah. They do have a new feature, though, where you can stream together. So when we do get around to doing a drawing stream or something, we can do that. We can stream together. And, I don't know. It's time zones. Like physicists are saying, but they can say all they want. But time zones exist. That's what the real killer is.
Yes.
You look very sleepy.
My head is really, really sore, and I can't take painkillers right now because I've just taken them. So.
Oh no! Okay, so you've just taken painkillers.
I took them at the start of last episode. So. Yeah.
So are these the ones that you got from your dad still, or
no?
You're on?
That was codeine. I can't take codeine anymore because I didn't like taking it anyway. It made me feel weird. I couldn't be a drug addict. I don't like the feeling. But
you could be a prescription drug addict.
Well, that's a scary thing. I could be, but I wouldn't like it. It's very, very strange. But the doctor had prescribed me diclofenac for pain, and then I discovered that you're not supposed to take that with happy pills.
Yep.
Because that's a blood thinner, and I went, fuck.
Yes, I think that is. I was deleting old photos in my phone, and one of them was the back of a painkiller that said "Do not take if you're on antidepressants." So yeah, there's so much that you can't take.
Yeah, but so I sent. Mum texted me when she was in Sainsbury's. She was like, "Do you want anything?" I was like, "Please get me paracetamol with nothing in it."
Plain old paracetamol.
She's like, "Is caffeine okay?" I was like, "Caffeine is fine, just nothing with codeine or aspirin."
The rapid stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I was always against it because I was like, Panadol, paracetamol doesn't do anything anyway. But now that I don't really take painkillers at all, except for paracetamol, the rapid fucking works.
It doesn't really work for me. It's more of a, I would rather at least feel like I'm doing something, at least get that kind of, what's the word?
Benefit?
No,
reaction?
Placebo effect.
Ah, okay.
Placebo. So
a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Exactly. So just something like that. But it's I just keep talking about these things and grinning. And I said this to Mum the other day. She was like, "Well, at least you're happy." And I'm like,
"Nah." Your mother doesn't understand a grin.
In front of you, Mother.
Yeah.
So that you don't worry about me.
It's like that TikTok that went way out of hand, where it starts off with the guy is like,
"Oh my god, the kidnapped girlfriend one."
Yeah, the kidnapped girlfriend meme is what it is. That's exactly what it is. I went to go get my happy pills the other night, right? Remember what I was like, I had to go get them and I had to go to like a late night chemist? Yeah.
And I was proud of you for going.
Because I'd never been there before. They question you.
Yeah.
They question you when it's these sort of things.
Yeah.
So I give the guy my script. And I say to him, there's no point me giving you my benefits card because it's a private script. It's not on Medicare, is it? It's not on, no benefits. And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. It's like, have you had this before? It's like, yeah, I've had this before. It's like, okay. And then the pharmacist comes over and is like, he wants this script, please. It's like, oh, has he had this before? He's had it before. Have you had this before? I've had this before. Who's had it before? It's like, fuck. That was not an exaggeration.
No.
That was the conversation.
Yep, I've had similar conversations.
And literally every time you go to buy like cold and flu medication, it's like, is this for you? Have you taken it before? Are you pregnant? Yes, I am pregnant.
Well, because when I was taking, I didn't like the way that codeine was making me feeling, so I decided. Oh no, well, let me clarify. I didn't like the way that cocodamol made me feel.
Yeah.
So I went and got Nurofen Plus with codeine in it, not realising that cocodamol is codeine.
Yeah.
And the woman who sold it to me was like, you can only take this for 3 days at a time, it's no pay it. And I was like, that's fine. Because it's highly addictive.
Yeah.
Not realising that I'd already been taking codeine for like 5 days.
Yeah.
I took codeine for 8 days straight.
You're a fucking junkie.
Honestly, I went cold turkey, and after being on it a week, it was not good.
But the thing is, was it working for the pain?
Yes. In the sense that I couldn't feel anything. Do you know?
So you were not feeling anything physically or emotionally then?
You know that weird feeling that you get when you stand up too fast and you don't have enough iron and you get dizzy?
That's my favourite free legal high.
Yep. That's what I felt like all the time.
Yeah.
On codeine.
So not even when standing up, just sitting down even?
Yeah.
Like just staying still? Okay,
like,
got it.
A couple of times I had to grip the desk because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Hi desk, you're my friend.
Well, I should say, I did feel like that. I could also still work. I could also still drive.
Yeah.
So, just imagine that in the back of your head.
Doesn't mean you should have been.
I probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah. No,
I feel
that's right. You were a hazard on the roads.
I'm kind of panicking about this now because Mum listens to that. At no point was I in danger of crashing the car, put it that way.
No.
I was never
You were
out
not
of control.
endangering yourself or others.
No. I was never
by accident.
out of control of myself at that point. The
people you ran over on the sidewalk were the people you wanted to run over.
I mean, if they're out in the pavement, then that's their problem, not mine.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I just didn't like it. It made me feel weird. It made me. It felt like pins and needles. I didn't like it at all. I then had to go cold turkey, and that was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know if you're meant to wean off of that kind of shit, but after a week, it's probably couldn't be any. I don't know. I try not to. I'm not meant to take anything really now except for paracetamol. So
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, we'll see. No, we won't talk about that because we haven't discussed it even, so I'm going to avoid that topic. So let's change the topic altogether. Let's go with... Oh, have you seen Boggins the Clown?
No.
Okay, I'll link you some
particularly
videos later.
Does he have the clown makeup?
Does she have clown makeup?
Does she have clown makeup? I don't like clown makeup.
Okay.
I always have to clarify that because I would usually say I don't like clowns, but I like Michael Godot. I like...
Yeah.
You know.
More akin to Harlequin makeup style, I guess.
Even then, don't really like it.
You just reminded me something when you said Michael Godot. This latest episode of Fool Us, because the bit that they do at the end is pen juggling. There is a dig at Michael Godot from Penn, and I found it hilarious. I won't say what it is, but you know it when you hear it.
I miss Godot.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so Boggins the Clown. So as we know, we've just exited spooky season. Maybe that's why we're a little down this episode, because spooky season's over.
Well, I'm not even a big spooky season person. I prefer Christmas. I'm all about the reindeers, the cozy sweaters, all that kind of shit.
Okay. All right.
I never liked trick-or-treating as a kid. I wasn't really... Never really did it, so it means nothing to me.
The demons are leaving us. That's what it is. And they're taking the happiness with them. So
Does the one in my head want to go too?
Oh, sorry. I like, go to where? Does
the demon living in my head want to leave too?
Ah, yes. I don't know. You have to ask that demon specifically. But Boggins the Clown, basically, so all the theme parks have been doing, like, you know, Halloween Horror Nights and things like that, right? At Universal. There's a Knott's Berry Farm has their own, and they got scare actors walking around, and one of them is Boggins the Clown. Okay. And she comes at it with a fucking energy.
Is she on roller skates?
Don't think so, no.
Is there a video of her shouting at somebody to tie their shoelaces?
Yes.
That I have seen that.
The Clown. I just saw like 4 or 5 videos of them, and I love that energy that they are bringing.
Yeah, okay, I did appreciate that, yeah.
Yeah. And then it reminded me, because I said, I would like that kind of freedom, you know, just to be able to, like, go up to and annoy or yell at people.
Yeah.
And then I remembered, that's what me and my buddy used to do in, like, later years of primary school and in high school and shit.
You just used to go up and shout at people.
But in context, but out of context, in our own context. Like, for example, let's say there were people playing basketball, right, on the basketball court. It's like, well, we need to fuck with these people. So we would, like, run into the middle of the game, pretend we're holding these handheld video cameras. This is just like lunchtime sports, right? It's not a serious basketball game.
I know,
right?
But even then,
yeah,
I would have beaten you to a pulp in high school.
We don't know these, but you would beat me to a pulp any day of the week, apparently.
True. That's true.
But, like, we would pretend to be, like, filming the game or something like that, like, up in their face or whatever, and then asking them questions. It's like, oh, you missed that shot. How are you feeling about that missed opportunity? Like, I could have won you the game and shit like that, right?
You were such a fucking
annoying
arsehole.
fucks. Yes. Oh, and then let's say there was 2 kids, right? They're getting into a kerfuffle, like a fight's about to break up, and we're like, no, we can't let that happen. So we're getting, break it up, guys, break it up. Like, get back away from each other. It's like, what are you doing? Okay, it's like, settle down, take a moment, right? Okay, right. Round 2, fight. Shit like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So
this is the horrible realization of we would not have been friends in school.
Oh, of course not.
No.
Why would we have been? It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You were into the anime manga shit. and clearly not. So that would have been the biggest divide to begin with.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have known you to begin with. So because I didn't actually know you, I would have heard your name occasionally on the playground. I would have just hated you by default.
Yeah.
Sorry, disliked, not liked you by default.
Yeah. And then you would have been an arsehole, I'd have beaten you to a pulp, and then you would have disliked me even more.
Oh, rather I forget that you've got skills.
And
Fuck.
then there's no me forcing you to suffer through my friendship.
It sounds arseholey what I'm describing,
You are
and to
an
a degree, to a degree, it was, but it's also a form of improv comedy as well. When I think about it, look, they were very dramatic. They were two very dramatic. Like one of them, like the round 2 fight. We're not going to let the fucking children fight. Obviously.
I can't believe you're defending yourself from being an arsehole when you are an arsehole.
For what? The 5th time? I'm not saying I'm not an asshole or was not an asshole. What I'm saying is maybe I should be a scare actor. We know this. Everybody knows that I am an asshole. It's...
I'm sorry, I've started laughing. Jesus.
We'll let you take a minute, and then we'll go into we'll go into art talk. You won't know when it will start because there's no music for it to signal that art talk has started. There is no music for exactly. We don't have music for art talk, and I guess we're gonna have to start with well, I only just discovered that Procreate on the iPad records everything you're fucking doing, and you can watch what you've drawn back as a time lapse.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me about that, Brogan?
I was under the impression that you knew. Because I have posted a time-lapse before.
I know. And I was like, how did Brogan know that they were going to post this time-lapse? Because I think I was the one who requested it.
You were,
like, I need to see a time-lapse. Yeah, I need to see a time-lapse of this. And then all of a sudden, a fucking time-lapse. I'm like, holy shit. Why was Brogan recording what they were drawing? And this was a long time ago now, whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah.
It was Lift Off to Love.
Yes,
you
that's what it was.
You said I need a time-lapse set to the music.
Yeah, that's what it was. But also, in that vein, did you know that Procreate releasing a new app?
I've heard, yes, to help with animation.
For animation, yeah. Does that pique your interest at all for,
I'll probably
getting out of the slump, as it were?
Not for getting out of the slump. It does. I'll definitely look at it. I have ideas up here. But sometimes I just pick up the iPad and go, I can't do this today.
Yeah.
Less so recently.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Look, my drawing, I draw a comic on a Saturday on a stream, and quite often I'm going into it like the day before. I have no idea what the fuck this comic is going to be. The only other thing I'm drawing then besides title cards is this little cat dude, this little cat guy that I'm drawing. Yeah, he does. I think Nort asked me, because I was drawing some of them on stream, and I think Nort might have asked me if it has a name, and I think it's just cat or little guy. That's all. It's this little guy. It's just because it's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
That's all it is. Just a little guy. And I've drawn there we go. Where are we? Little guy. I think I've drawn 14 different versions of this little guy. I just want to keep on drawing him in different poses and shit for practice, because I want to turn it into like a comic, but a narrative, like a comic book style.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't have a narrative for him. And I know he's going to have an owner, and I think the owner's name is I think it might just be Father and Cat. and that's it. But I've got no story, and I'm like, do I try and think of something that I would enjoy, or do I try and think of something that will appeal to the mindless masses?
If you don't do something you enjoy, you'll grow to resent it very quickly.
Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the storyline. Okay, I'm not going to do a storyline that I absolutely would hate, but if it's something that I think like, let's say, flavor of the month is, this wholesomeness. Everyone's doing wholesome things at the moment, so I'll do a wholesome thing. I don't know.
Depends if that inspires you or not.
I don't know.
Because there's no
point. Then I was going to say, what are your thoughts on contributing?
I'm not very good at... I have to stop myself there. I was about to say I'm not very good at writing stuff like that.
Okay. Wait, hang on.
100,000 words of nanny fan fiction begs to differ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very good at original character stuff. So I'm very happy to help out as and when with whatever you need.
The thing is, the reason why you've been able to write so many words for the nanny stuff is that you're working with pre-existing characters. They have character profiles.
Yes.
And if you're going into any form of narrative, you really should be doing the groundwork and creating character profiles for your characters, so you know how they would react and what they would do in given situations.
Yeah, that's the bit I struggle with.
Yeah, so I feel like that I would establish that to begin with. Mm-hmm. It's like saying if you've read enough Garfield the Cat, you pretty much know what his go-to move would be in a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's like, I don't know. I think my problem would be formatting to be as in comic book style. Because when I've attempted that before, it's like, I don't know. Whereas you've read plenty of comic books. You know how they should look. So there's that side of things as well. Not just necessarily narrative or art, but layout and design. Yeah.
We can definitely look at that.
Yeah, we'll have a think. But I've posted a few of the little guy around. I might put it on the Patreon for cheesebags to see at least. But yeah, I've drawn it so much now that I'll still start off with a sketch and then ink it, but I can just ink him straight away now. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's the first. I guess Sad Pirate is kind of like that as well, because Sad Pirate is a character, and I've drawn him enough times, at least 37, because I discovered there's only like 37 Sad Pirate comics. I thought there was a lot more. Yeah, no. But not only like 37 of them.
You've been drawing him for almost 2 years.
No. He started April, May 2022. Year and a half. Let's say a year and a half.
Yeah.
But then you say almost 2 years, but a year and a half, that's like equidistance between 1 year and 2 years. So yeah, I think let's treat it like a child, a newborn. It is 18 months. Sad Pirate is 18 months old. Yeah, let's go with that. What about you? Have you got any art that you want to talk about?
No, I've been making progress on commission stuff, finally.
Ah, cool.
Which is good, because that's been weighing on me that I haven't got to it, and it's... There's just... You're well aware that there's a lot going on. There's been a lot going on for a couple of months, and just everything is a struggle right now for me. But I finally managed to get to the point, and I apologise profusely, but when I sent the sketch over, the parent, I don't want to name names. I don't want to out people. I don't know. I don't think he would mind, but...
Was it Shelley Duvall? Was it Turt Reynolds?
It was Turt Reynolds.
Gosh.
But no, it's a commission for a business card. But I sent the sketch over because because I couldn't get the picture of it. It wasn't even that I just couldn't get around to drawing it. I couldn't picture it in my head. Yeah. It took me a while to get there. But I sent him over the base sketch, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is great." I was like, "Oh, thank God you like it." Yeah. So I just need to get that sorted and sent over. I also have stuff coming up for Jobeth, because he's got Magic Gone Wild. I don't know when that is, though. I need to double check. Because usually I remember about these things the day off.
Oh,
I'm like, when is that thing again? I look at the date and I go, oh, that's today.
Good thing I've already drawn that for Jobeth.
Well, the good thing is I have it down to such an art now with the programs and stuff that it's simply a case of dragging and dropping. Mostly all I need to do, cover, background, and changing the text for the profiles. Because that's really the only thing that changes.
Yeah.
So, it's not too bad.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with it's the commission, the paid stuff that is what is making it difficult and being the thing that weighs. Because with patrons, I owe so many, force me to draw a comic, and it's like I hadn't even been posting on Patreon the comics. Like today, I posted like 20 plus comics on Patreon, which I've been drawing over the last however many months. And if I'm only drawing one a week, that's a long time that I've not been posting shit.
Yeah.
Let alone to the great big wide world. I posted a couple during October for Halloweeny shit, but then there's 3 Halloween comics that I drew that I didn't post either. So it's, I think because I've got that backlog of paid work, that's contributing, I guess, to not wanting to post. But then also changes in the landscape of social media and things like that have also affected it, maybe not wanting to post.
I've been reluctant to post anything on Twitter because
Your last Twitter post, 9th of October.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yep.
I thought I posted but when was my last art post? Because that must have been way further back.
Yeah, not including title cards. I say 9th of October. I'm not including, I don't know, that was your last actual post on your timeline.
8th of October was when was when Mox was taking over for Matt on Penn Sunday School. I was happy about that. And then 5 days ago, I posted that the McElroy brothers know who Bob Mortimer is. There truly is only one show business.
Oh, okay. That's because was that a pinned post then, was it? I saw? Or, I don't know. Hang on, if I go to @7BillionNeedles right now, so we've got the store announcement, and then 9th of October, when I'm sad that Sweet Maddie D has to miss Penn Sunday School, and then 6th of October.
So you aren't seeing the McElroy one at all?
No. Why are you blocking me, Brogan? Why are you blocking me? Was that a reply?
No.
See, you replied to a post. Wow. Why can't I see it?
That's very strange.
Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, it's hidden.
You got it.
It's hidden. The McElroy brothers know who Bob Mortimer is. You know, because I don't listen to My Brother and Me. I don't know who the McElroy brothers were. So when you said that to me in a voice memo, I had no idea what you were saying. Accent and words I'd never heard. Because of that interaction, I got to flex. Because I knew who the McElroy brothers were. Someone brought it up on stream talking about the McElroy brothers. And I was like, oh, you mean the hosts of My Brother and Me?
The first family of podcasting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the few shows that I find it easy to keep up with because it's on YouTube. So I literally just stick it on and have it on in the background. It's not...
Yeah.
It's one of these shows that I end up just repeating anyway, so I don't care if I listen to it first time round or not. But it was just, because that's how I realised I had to go back and listen to it because I just heard Justin go, Bob Mortimer, and I'm like, what the fuck?
But yeah, we know we're very behind on we've got a backlog of multiple shows that we usually listen to.
It makes me sad.
I know. Nothing we can do about it.
No.
All right. But we're talking about our show. We're talking art crimes because we've got a user-submitted art crime. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And this was submitted via tagging us on Twitter by Jobeth, Judgmentalist. And this was an existing meme already. And I guess it's a Venn diagram meme. And it is Hey Buddy. And the 3 circles in the existing meme are consoling a child, starting a fight, and petting a dog. So, for example, where it overlaps with starting a fight and petting a dog, it would be, hey, buddy, want to go outside? And if it's consoling a child and starting a fight, it's, hey, buddy, you want your mommy? So things like that. Jobeth has gone ahead and added a 4th circle for Nice Podcast. So it's overlapping lines for Nice Podcast and petting a dog. Hey, buddy, or Little Irresistible Friends. Do we agree with that?
I don't think Hey Buddy was in the original one.
No, it is, because the hey buddy, want to go outside, hey buddy, you want your mum, I've definitely recognised that.
But yeah,
And then you've got...
I like it anyway.
Yeah, and you got Consoling a Child and Nice Podcast. Hey, buddy, it's like just speaking a foreign language sometimes. That is very accurate. And then, I don't know, where the overlapping of Consoling a Child, Petting a Dog, and Nice Podcast, are these art crimes? How is that for a dog? I'm confused. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe we need Jobeth to explain them to us.
I like, is this even a good idea? Starting a fight, petting a dog, and Nice Podcast. Yeah.
Because you never know if the dog is going to be friendly. Mm-hmm. You don't know if we're going to be any good. It could be like, look, you've just listened to 2 episodes this week, which are, I don't know, potentially not our best.
I don't think they're our best.
No, absolutely not. If these were our best, we may as well quit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. The energy is not there.
The energy is gone.
But yeah, we'll repost this again for people to see. The Jobeth art crime. Where are we at? You know what? I think we're in a good place to end this. When I say a good place, I mean we're in a good place, not emotionally or physically, but in a good place in how long we've been recording for.
Sounds
and I'm talking about this episode, not the entire Hey Buddy Nice podcast. This is not
the complete series finale.
Yes.
This is
No, we do not end on episode 109.
No, that would be so fucking sad.
It's a weird number to end on.
It's a weird number to end on, and we have plans. We have to go for at least 200 episodes.
Oh, yeah, that's
100
right.
episodes was our first goal. 200 episodes is our second.
I mean, were they really goals, though? It was more of a...
Oh, no, it was 100% goals because we wanted to get to Sweet Matty D. And now
I think it was more of a something to look forward to rather than a reward.
Oh, it was a reward for me. Sweet Matty D is always a reward. I had a dream. I can't remember if I said this to you. I had a dream a couple of nights ago where I was in Vegas and Matt was there and I got a hug from Matt. And essentially the conversation was, I know you've been waiting for this since you got off the plane. I was like, I have been. And it made me sad.
There was a while there. Where we were having like Vegas dreams all the time. They've sort of faded away. Oh, God. Vegas dream. So yeah, if you would like to sponsor me, Wayne, and become my sugar legal guardian for Vegas Trip 2024, write in to admin@nicepodbud.com. But if you would like to support the show and you can't fully sugar parental guide me, what you can do is you can go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. And we've got a few different levels where you can support us a few bucks. And you get extra bonus content that other people don't get to listen to, and you get to read all our show notes, things like that. When I say show notes, that is literally me listening to the episode while I edit it and taking notes of what we talked about. That's all it is. But sometimes there's things like extra titles that we didn't go with, stuff like that. Yeah. But if you can't support financially, that's perfectly fine. Listening to us every week is a big help, and sharing with friends and people you know, saying, hey, I know a couple of weird folk, one's from Scotland, one's from Australia, they talk about weird shit. I hear that they're the #1 Vegas podcast based out of Scotland and Australia. Should give it a listen. I agree, that's a great way to advertise us. Do it. But if you've got other better ways, you do that. I'm not going to say, hey, don't pimp us out in that way. You pimp us out however you like. But you can also interact with us online. It doesn't have to be just through email. You can go to all social media channels and search for @nicepodbud, and if it pops up, hey, that's us. I don't think there are any imposters, unlike that @Brogan Hastings, because that's not how you interact with Brogan. You interact with Brogan @7BillionNeedles.
Very true. The only imposter for @WayneGeo is the one on Facebook. That's not this Wayne Geo. But
correct.
You can find @WayneGeo is on other things. And it's the real one.
On most other platforms. I'm checking right now, Facebook.
Is he still there?
I'm seeing if he's still there. He still is. God damn it. Alright. It's fine. Don't bother this other Wayne Geo. Do not bother him. Otherwise, I'll not be happy and I will disown you as a cheese bag. I will not be your legal guardian anymore.
I should say as well, if you want to be my sugar legal guardian, that's perfectly fine too. You just let me know.
God damn it. Do you know what you've just done, Brogan? You've just taken away any chance of me having a sugar legal guardian. Well, I mean, finding one legal sugar guardian was hard enough. We're not going to find 2. Anyway, thanks for stopping in and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.